Some people are dying. Like, this is causing casualties. This is bad. Hey, we're going to tell you about a little thing that we went to over a year ago now called 1D Orlando. And we're going to start. This is going to be like a two-part thing because it's a lot of information. We're going to start with the Today Show.
And then the next part's going to be of the private performance that they had in Orlando at Universal. One Direction had. I don't know. Did we even clarify that?
1D Orlando. Does that clarify?
One Direction on the Today Show. There you go. So subscribe if you want to see part 2.
I'm assuming, I guess we left on Friday when we got out of school.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and the Today Show wasn't until Monday, and then the private performance was on Tuesday. And the album dropped on the Monday.
But we didn't even find out about the private performance until like the day before, right? It was like, I remember we were in school.
We found out kind of late, but we still ended up, we bought tickets to it. Because the tickets were super cheap.
They were like $25.
Yeah.
They were really cheap.
Yeah.
But so, that's for the next video, sorry.
So
anyway.
Don't pay attention. But pay attention now. Okay, so we left on Friday from after school. And we went to Orlando. We stayed at Cabana Bay.
Oh yeah.
Resort.
Oh, because they were doing like that,
the pool party.
Like the 1D pool party.
Yeah,
thing.
we were gonna go. Oh, and when you got there, they told you that you were gonna get this like custom wake-up call from the boys in the morning.
Oh, and we didn't even get it because
we weren't there.
You'll find out why.
We're getting really ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start. When did they fly in? Do you remember?
I think so, Sunday.
Yeah. Okay, so they flew in Sunday. We went to the airport, and there were already a bunch of girls there, and we're waiting, and then the security comes in and they're like, oh, if you guys get in a really nice line, the boys will come through and they'll meet you and take pictures. And everybody's like, that's not gonna happen. But everyone did it anyways, just in case. We ended up not, seeing them at all.
They swerved us.
Yeah, they like got off the plane, got in the Suburbans, and they were out. And I think at this point, people were like, oh yeah, it was Zane. Zane just got in the car. Which was so funny because he wasn't even there.
He never even came.
So we ran out of there and we went, we got kind of lost. And I think we had gotten word on we got word on what their hotel was.
The Ritz, right?
Yeah, the Ritz.
They were staying at the Ritz in Orlando.
So we went there. There weren't that many girls. Maybe there were 20 girls when we got there, and we were all just chilling.
But it was funny because they hide in the bushes and stuff. So once in a while you'll see another one pop up.
Oh my god, that was so fun. But then of course, security was like,
oh, you have to get out of here. You're trespassing.
Ugh. So, we kind of died back and we were like, they're probably not going to come outside anyways. So we were like, okay, maybe we should just leave. So we ended up leaving. And I think we ultimately decided because of the Today Show, we wanted to get very, very close, obviously.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, we're just going to sleep there.
Like at Universal.
Yeah. And, and in case you, didn't know, the temperatures, though we were in Orlando, Florida, the temperatures were 0 degrees.
And it was wet air, so it was
it was like that bone chilling cold that makes you want to die. You didn't even have a jacket.
I literally wore a blouse that thin.
And I had on a sleeveless top kind of like this and thin leggings, but I did have a jacket.
I think we did decide to go and change because we decided we were just going to go and change and get ready and then go to Universal.
Okay, so it doesn't really matter. Either way, we ended up getting there. What time did you say we got there? I think it was still daylight.
Yeah, it was 5.
Yeah, I think it was 5.
Somewhere around 5, give or take.
p.m. Okay, yeah. We'll say it's
5 p.m. on Sunday. Today's show's on Monday.
Yes. Okay, so we get there. I think there might have been 2 girls, but we were one of the first people there. So we decided to sit there like next to the baggage checking and like the security thing that they have set up. So we're just sitting, you know, everything's cool, everything's calm. More girls start to show up. Everybody's just minding their own business.
But it was kind of stressful because like girls would come and like they wouldn't sit down. Like we were trying to form a line and they were like, oh, we're just gonna sit over here. I'm like, no, get behind us because we've been here for hours.
Yeah, we were sitting like close to the front, but you don't want to be in the way because you don't want to be a problem. So you're sitting somewhere and then more people show up and they're like, oh, we're gonna sit over here from you where we're kind of ahead of you. And people, I feel like these people were just like really greedy.
Oh yeah, I mean it's One Direction fans.
I mean, I understand, but like, come on. But so we're waiting there, and what time would you say that they started threatening?
Well, okay, before that though, because we had my mom with us, so we were really lucky about that.
And your mom was trying to warn them.
Yeah,
and they
and
didn't
she
listen.
she held the line, and then we would go inside City Walk because it's free and like doesn't really matter because like it's open all of the hours of the day, but apparently you can't sleep in there. So we kept going to like the Today Show stage because they already had it set up to like see if we were going to be able to camp there because like there were girls inside trying to camp out there, but they ended up getting kicked out, whatever.
There were literally bushes where they were like kind of like a hill was kind of slanted and then there were big bushes here, and I was like, we can totally sleep there, but we didn't. I don't remember why. I think you were just scared. I was ready. There was one point when her mom walked up to a security person and
he was like standing right there next to us. Like
he was like all up in our grill. But so she was like, are you guys taking, you know, special measures because there's going to be a lot of girls here and you want to make sure that everyone's safe and blah blah blah, basically being like, you better make sure we in the front. But he was like,
we're kicking everybody off the property
at like 3 a.m. on Monday.
Yeah.
There's a time that we're gonna kick everyone off and you're gonna have to leave and go back to your hotel and go home.
And we were like, bet money. And her mom was like, a riot is going to start. You're going to be in way over your head. And he was like, oh no, we got it. We're Universal Studios. And boy, did they got it. So, and nothing, it was pretty uneventful, and then they started kicking us off the property.
And no, before that, he was like,
you have to leave because you're loitering.
Oh yeah, that was the big thing. They were like, you're loitering and it's against the law to loiter.
Oh, we were literally sitting in like the parking garage for
and
Universal.
We had a purpose.
We had Universal passes, and
so he was like, now it's like 3. Actually, I think it was 3 when we broke back into the park.
Okay, so maybe 2.
Okay, so
well, before that though, remember whenever we moved, we like we moved from like right at the thing
to our beds.
to like our beds, like these benches on these columns. If you've ever been to Universal, you know exactly what we're talking about. Like the columns at the entrance and the little benches.
Like really, really hard.
Yeah, we made like a bed there and we slept there for like hours and hours and hours, and people were like watching us.
We had gotten some sleep, and then I think is when they started moving in, and by now it's probably about 2 o'clock to 2:30. So they're like,
alright, everybody clear out, everybody clear out.
And they're like rounding us up like cattle and making us go down the escalators to where you can like ride buses back to your hotel or whatever. So we all get down there and we're just gonna wait at the bottom of the escalators, and they're like, get off the property, get off the property. And like if you walk down the escalators to the right, there's like a road, and then there's like bushes, and then there's a sidewalk, and then there's more bushes. So apparently the sidewalk that was in between both sets of bushes is like city property. So everybody was like crowding out there, and they were like all around like Universal property, but they were on city property, but they were still right there. And the security guards were super annoying.
And it sucks because we totally lost our place. Like we were the first ones at Universal.
We completely lost our place.
We sat there for like 30 minutes,
Yeah.
maybe.
So by now it's like 3:15.
Yeah.
Then we hear this like blood-curdling scream. Before you know it, everybody's up and everybody's running back to the escalators. I don't even remember why I thought it was a good idea to jump up and run.
I don't know, but I
It's
remember
just
we almost
what you
died.
do.
We had to run through those bushes and there was like no way to get
And
through.
oh my god, and this girl like busted through the bushes, but she landed on one foot and her foot like completely turned and she ate it.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
I think you had like you were like
Oh.
steps ahead of me and I had just seen her jump out of the bushes. And that I didn't stop, but I wanted to. Anyways, so then we're all in this like mass below the escalators.
It was
And,
like how many people? Like, I don't know. I can't count people. Everybody was screaming and like,
everyone was screaming.
Touching.
I thought they made it, well, I didn't think because duh, but the way the screams were, they made it sound like the boys were like at the
Yeah.
escalators. And for when you don't really have time to think, you're like, oh, they're there, let me go. So we're all, you know, at the bottom of the stairs and they're like, oh, you can't come in. And then they have like this light thing or whatever, and they're like trying to
Security
move us
light.
back and
like
stuff.
the bullhorns.
Yeah, and then they went over the bullhorns and they were like making this big speech to us. And then oh yeah. They started making the speech about how they were gonna let us in single file.
Oh my god.
'Cause
And
they-
that's when it
when
set
they
it
messed
off.
up.
You never tell One Direction fans that you're gonna let them in single file to see the boys.
Apparently they realized that they had to set up everything. So they had set up like walkways.
And they turned off the escalators.
Yeah, they turned off the escalators because they didn't want people, you know, whatever. They start letting people in, and before you know it, a stampede.
Actually, I don't even think they let us in. Some girl like pushed in and they like broke it. They
you're
weren't
right.
even
Yeah,
they
you're
weren't
right.
even letting us in.
Some girl like pushed a
Yeah.
security guard out of the way, and then that's when
Yeah.
everybody was like, all right, let's go. So it started with just one staircase, but then everybody was like, well, we're going up these escalators too. That's when it got really bad.
That was
That's
the most
when I
terrifying.
started feeling like I was dying,
Yeah.
because everybody's like squishing, trying to get to an escalator. So your bodies you're literally like this.
Oh
like,
my
like,
god,
trying.
it's so
And
bad.
I remember like looking up towards like air, and I was like, and then I would like hold my breath to like kind of push, and then I would have to take another breath.
And
It
I
was
left you guys. I left her and my
ridiculous.
mom.
Yeah.
I was like, peace out.
Yeah, I have no idea like where everyone was. But then when I finally, God, I hate myself.
Didn't you? Yeah.
When I finally got to the escalator, I started, it was like a cartoon, because it was like I'd saved up so much energy trying to push through the mass of people that I like, my legs were going like this as I was trying to run up the staircase, and I fell. And I remember as I was like here, I was like, I'm gonna die, I'm gonna get crushed to death because everybody's gonna run over me. And this girl like grabbed my hand and yanked me up and was like, come on, let's go.
That's so nice.
And I wish I knew who that girl was, because I literally owe her my entire life.
I hope she's watching this.
Yeah. I hope she subscribed to
Oh,
our channel and
please.
she's like, hey,
Oh.
that's me. So shout out to you for saving my life. Okay, so when we finally reached the top, you got to like where there was supposed to be security.
Like checking your bags?
Yeah. And the security checking station is like flipped over. The railing, like the barricades are flipped. There are security guards on the ground.
Little girls
are like
were tackling them.
grown men and taking them down to the ground. So you're just like running, and then the moving sidewalks, they'd even turned those off to help you not get there in time. Maria's way ahead.
Oh yeah, I was like running, and then I was like, heck with this, because these people on the escalator thing or the moving thing, they weren't moving, but those things were going really slow, and I was like, bye. And so I like jumped over the thing, and I'm not that kind of person, but oh my god.
Maria's way ahead, and I don't even know, like I had this weird phobia that, because my phone was dying, and I was like, if I lose the adult, what's gonna happen? So I was like, I need to keep Maria's mom close. So I like tried to stay with Maria's mom, and I literally did actually. I stayed with her mom the entire time. So, because I'm just a caring person.
I was like,
Okay.
see ya.
We got, after you get away from the sidewalks, you can see that they set up like these ropes.
Oh yeah,
So, like, for a
because
path?
they said earlier that they were gonna let us in there and then file us off and give us wristbands so that way we could go to the front of the stage
Yeah.
and like have like, you know, front area for the Today Show.
Yeah.
And so we were like, yeah, but no.
But they didn't do it. So
Because the fans like, oh,
yeah, that's one thing that's really bad about the fans is like they, like I understand because I was there, I was ready, you know, but I'm also like you have to have a certain amount of respect if you want to get like good things in return. I tried to go to the left to get down. There was like this barricade set up like where to the side of the stage, and I tried to go left to get to that, but like a security guard literally like grabs me. It was like, no, go right. So I went right, and you're just like running, and then I heard this woman scream, and I looked to my right, and there was like a baby, like a, not a baby, but like a toddler, and it literally like passed out. I saw it just like go limp and hit the ground. So people are dying. Like this is causing casualties. This is bad. I keep running, and I get to this point where I'm like all the way on the other side of City Walk, kind of.
on the lake thing.
Yeah, where it was kind of where the Hard Rock Cafe is.
Yeah,
And-
same.
Yeah, but Maria was down like
Yeah, I was up against that thing. I was
yeah, like on the water. She was there on like toward like the back of the stage,
yeah.
like where the railing is across the water and everything. The thing is, we get there and we're first, obviously,
Yeah.
and they put us completely in the back.
They separated us by water, so that way like these psycho fans couldn't get to the boys.
Yeah.
Which okay, I understand, but like that's mean.
Yeah, like we had been there for hours. And it's now like, it was probably about 4 a.m. by the time we got settled
Yeah.
in. When did they start bringing oh, I'm from overseas people in?
Oh God, I don't know.
They literally came in at like 8 o'clock.
The competition winners,
Yeah.
no hate, but like
Yeah, no, but I'm saying like we were there, so we should have been close too. Because we had been there. We found each other.
I gave up. I had like the closest spot
Yeah.
out of everybody that like was in that group that we got duped.
Yeah.
Is that even a word?
Yeah.
Okay. That got duped, and I gave up my spot to go with them on like the bridge, which is like really far away.
Yeah, it was the bridge where like the universal globe thing is. It spreads water, which was stupid in the first place because then the water was getting all over us and we were freezing to death already.
Oh my God.
So we were by like one of the big columns, and we're like laying there like this, and your mom gave you like her sweater. Or
That
something,
didn't do
right?
poop.
Yeah. So we're like trying to suffocate ourselves with our jackets,
Homies.
hoping that we're gonna die. Because death would be a lot better than what we were doing right then. We're doing that, and it's like maybe like 4:35, and not 4:35, but 4:30 or 5 o'clock. And they bring the boys out on like a boat, and they like circled around, you know, over the water everywhere. They didn't really come close to us. Like where we were, we couldn't even like hear it. There was like a speaker in like off in the back to our right, and it was like echoing, and there was another speaker that was echoing with it, so we couldn't hear anything. Like we knew that they were there, and we didn't even know that Zane wasn't there until
Yeah, people
like the Today Show was over. We realized that Zane wasn't even
people
there.
kept saying, "Oh my God, that's Zane."
Yeah, I was
Zane
like,
was
I
there.
can't see Zane. Where's Zane? And then they were like, oh, he's right there. And I was like, oh, well, he's there. I just can't see him. But he wasn't even there. So the boys are like, oh, wow, it's cold. Boo-hoo. We're going to go back in our nice hotel room and sleep for like 2 more hours. So everybody else is, you know, outside. And then they brought the contest people in. They literally went off to the right where I tried to go. Actually, fans who got there late, they didn't even have the wristbands.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it was. Obviously, the contest winners are down in the front of the stage. Fans who showed up later that morning,
Like that we like how we did like the same kind of people that we are.
but
not
they
like
showed
special.
up 24 hours later.
Yeah.
They had them in like a mass of people and walked them down towards the side of the stage. So they were extremely close and they didn't even get there early.
Oh my god, that makes me so sick.
So then I remember the hashtag that started on Twitter. It was like hashtag mislead 1D.
yeah.
I remember that. I was ranting. I was ranting on that one. We realized that we couldn't hear them. We could barely see them. So we were like, okay, let's just walk around and have their voices echoing through our heads.
What a time though, like
do you ever get to like really walk around and just be like, oh yeah, One Direction's
right
singing
over there.
live.
Well,
you know, they're right here. We're just chilling, cruising.
Yeah.
Put us in the front. Then we decided that we were going to go over to the other bridge because they had taken the boat to come in and they went under that bridge. So we were like, if we go there, at least we can be like on the bridge and we can look over and see them, like jump off the bridge and land on the boat with them. So we went over there, you know, like waiting, and they're like on the stage. And at this point, they're not even singing. They like stayed on the stage
doing
forever.
interviews and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, there's like a hidden pathway.
I forgot.
There's like a hidden pathway over here. So we walked down and over. We were in like a tunnel and there were a bunch of other girls there.
Yeah.
But we had somehow, I don't even know, somehow we found a spot on the railing. So we were kind of like, you know, clinging to that. And then of course, security comes in and is like, oh, you guys can't stand here, you gotta move.
Like, shut up!
Literally, you've taken my
God.
entire life away from me. Can't you give me this, just stand here and watch them ride away on a boat? Like, come on. So everybody's, you know, trying to, you know, leave or whatever. And we were walking back and I saw these like,
With
these
palm
palm trees.
thing.
And they were pretty dense, but they also had like paths in them. And I realized that
Right along the shore.
yeah, and I realized that if you like went through them all the way, you could stand on the shore and be right there. So I decided to like run in them.
I cannot believe it.
I can't believe you didn't follow me.
I was so scared.
What? All they could do
I
was
don't
be like, you can't
know.
be
I
here.
don't know why, really.
And I didn't want to be by myself because I didn't want to get in trouble by myself. And if there's two of you, what can they do? They can't take you down. So I'm like in these palm trees literally, and Maria's like, I'm walking away. So Maria walks away and I'm like chilling in these palm trees and I'm like, okay, I can't stay here by myself. So I walked out of the pond, walked out of these palm trees. The boys left on the boat. We weren't even close to seeing them when they left. I think we decided that there was no chance for us to find them because they were going to be in Universal when it was closed at night. Did we know that? Or am I just knowing that because we knew after the fact?
No, we thought that. What we did, we went back to Cabana Bay and we took a nap.
Yeah, we took a good nap.
Oh my
That's
god.
the
And
best
we watched
nap.
them on television.
Yeah.
We went and we got something to eat at the Cabana Bay
Oh,
place.
yeah.
And they had like, at Cabana Bay, they had like
Big screen TVs.
like size of my house. Massive screens. And they had the Today Show playing on there. Like,
And
kids
so we
was
were like reliving our nightmare.
Oh my god.
Super short
It was
after we had
so
experienced
weird.
it. Okay, so we decided that we would take a nap, but we wake up, we go on Twitter, we check, and we see that the contest winners, from what we could tell, they were asked who's your favorite, and whoever they said was their favorite, they were all sent off into different directions. The Liam and Harry girls went to one area, Louis girls went to another, Niall girls went to another, and I guess they didn't have Zayn. I didn't even think about that. I guess he wasn't there.
They must have
so-
put Zayn with Harry and Liam because there was a lot.
That's true. Okay. Yeah, so I guess they went there too. So we figured out that people met Louis in a Gryffindor outfit, and literally what more could you want? And then also Niall was serving candy and whatnot in Harry Potter world. It's just I don't understand what we deserved because apparently nothing. We literally, we try and we try and we try for everything to try and get close to them or meet them or, wait.
I don't understand.
Anything.
And it doesn't sound like as bad as it really is.
It's awful.
And if you knew like what we
Never.
went through for the London session, I have to say it. If you knew what we went through, just what we just went through for the London session, you would want to die too.
If you think you have bad luck, you
know.
don't even know the half of bad luck until you've been either one of us. And especially when we're together, it gets like 50 million times worse.
Oh god.
So we found out that, you know, they met fans in Universal, which we weren't allowed in because we didn't have the blue VIP passes.
And the Reds got in there too.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, because
That's
you'll find
right.
out in the next video.
That's right.
You'll find out.
Just got so much work.
You'll find out in the next video why that's like a big deal. But we basically could have gone.
Okay, so does that kind of end? Then?
Yeah, I guess so.
Okay, so this is part 1 of Wendy Orlando, just the Today Show, and there's gonna be a second part where we talk about our day for the
next
private
day.
performance, which was Tuesday, the next day after the Today Show.
And actually,
which goes better.
we
It goes
actually
better.
got close to them.
Yeah.
At one point.
We got very close to them.
We do a lot of this kind of stuff where basically it's just One Direction, but we like stalk One Direction a lot. And so we can like do a bunch of videos every time we go, or like, because we have the Where We Are story to tell still.
Yeah. We should have done that first.
Yeah.
Kind of out of order.
So if you like this video, or if you liked this kind of video and you want to see more of our horrible luck story adventures, whatever, adventure stories, whatever, I can't even talk, okay? Like this video so we know.
Yeah.
Snapchats, Twitters, Instagrams, Facebook's just kidding, who the heck has a Facebook? All down below. Follow us, and we will see you in either we're gonna do part 2 next, or we're just gonna do a different video, but part 2 will be coming soon. Bye. Oh yeah.
So we went to sleep. I don't even wait. It's counting down. What if it blows up after it counts down? Oh my god! Please. 3, 2, 1.